You'd be surprised. Now, I mean, nowhere in all of the Gospels has any disciple told Jesus they loved him up to now. Think hard about that, you guys. You've walked with him for 3 years and you worshiped him and you served him and you praised him and you obeyed him, but you never once in your life said to him, I love you. The only person who ever uses the word, even in the Greek, is some dude is on his way to the kingdom of God. It's a Pharisee, it's not you, and you're a disciple. So you are asking yourself, aren't you? If I'm really a follower of Jesus, why have I not told him the obvious thing by now? I love you. Why don't I just say that? And have you noticed, he's not saying the obvious. Peter, why? Why did you do that? Promise me you will never do that again. No, that's what you would say if somebody was unfaithful to you. All he's saying is, do you love me? And please notice, he is not asking you in the middle of a worship service. He is asking you in the teeth of your worst moment. And you're asking yourself, how can I say I love you when I hate me? And yet he will not take the question away, will he? He just hangs it out there 3 times. And he makes you say, Lord, you know all things. You know I love you. And in my mind, I don't even think Peter's eyes met. I think he just was looking down. And then that's when the Lord said to him, what? Then feed my sheep. It's an odd thing to say. If somebody said to me, I love you, I would either say, thank you, or well, that was nice, or I love you too. He seems to move right by that. Seems to presume it. Jesus knows something about you you didn't even know. And he says, no, feed my sheep. And that's when it occurs to you that this whole thing has been staged. You guys, it's been staged. Jesus is inviting you to help him do something that is bigger than what either of you are doing. He wants you to take what little you have, put it with what he has. And in the heart of your worst moment, he wants you to say to him, I love you. And it occurs to you that Jesus is not just trying to reconcile. He's trying to commission you. He's trying to send you out. You're asking yourself, I've screwed up in the past. I've done some things I'm not proud of. I'm ashamed of these things. And I don't know I wonder if there's a ceiling in the church where you can't get beyond a certain point because you're the guy or you're the woman who we know about you. You know what I mean? And Jesus sometimes asks you to leave that out in the boat and to come ashore and get down around the fire. And the only thing he wants to know is, do you love me? And on that day, Peter comes back. So I want to talk about failure this morning because I wanted some of you to know that no matter what you have done in the past, it is never too late to say, I love you. I am not asking you to say, I'll never do that again. I'm not asking you to tell us why you did it. I'm just asking you to say, it doesn't matter right now. I still love you. Darius Washington got off of his knees that night. When he finally got back to the hotel room, his father was there, and I watched an interview. His father was there for the game, and his father said, get in the shower, change your clothes, we're going uptown. Washington said, I told my dad, that is the last place I want to go. But his dad said, you have no choice. I'm taking you uptown. He got changed. They drove up to a pub in the heart of town, and Washington said, as we were going into the place, I remember the panic, the fear of thinking, the second I walk in, I know what they're all going to say. Wait, you're the... And he said, as we got into the place, and they first recognized me, the bar began to erupt with applause. It was like, you're the guy! And it completely transformed the way that this young kid responded to a tragedy. Well, here's the thought I had. Anything a bar can do, the church can do better. If it can happen there, it can happen here. And all that's needed is for you, no matter what you've done, is just to stand right where you're at and say, I love you. Something happens when you say that. As we close this morning, maybe we do or don't go into groups. Wayne, you decide that. But I just thought this would be an opportunity for some of you who maybe feel like Peter, I've blown it. I've done something in the past that I'm not proud of. I feel a bit disqualified. Or maybe like Peter, you say, I have this tendency to say one thing and then to say another. You know what I mean? Out of the same mouth comes blessing and curses. And maybe you'll just say, I still love him. I still love him. And we're going to start there. It turns out that is the one thing Jesus wants to know, and maybe you haven't said it in a very long time. So wherever you are, if this is true in your life, I'd like you to stand, and we're going to sing a song together.